seeing a pattern here to impose mandatory evacuations of the populations in anticipation of some natural disaster. For example, we're seeing it now on the East Coast as they anticipate the arrival of Hurricane Sandy. They say winds could be as high as 100 miles per hour, maybe even higher. Mayor Bloomberg has imposed a mandatory evacuation of the Zone A portion of Manhattan. That's the lower portion of the island, the area around Wall Street and downtown. And to add extra incentive for people to leave their homes, the elevators are being turned off, the water's being turned off, the heat's being turned off. And so the question that's arising is, where are people's rights to choose where they're going to be in a disaster? And I think a lot of single women are safer on the other side of a locked door in a high-rise above the flooding level, as opposed to being out in the street, seeking food, seeking shelter, seeking water. In a dangerous situation, they would be safer staying in their apartment. Now, unless the storm's going to be coming through and literally taking buildings, uprooting them, and throwing them like a rag doll, unless that's happening, I think my argument holds water as opposed to the other argument of being in a sea of running, panicked individuals. Now, this theme of mandatory evacuation is not limited to New York City. There's a lot of interesting things about this. The timing is very odd because Hawaii last night had an evacuation. 100,000 people were ordered to leave the coastline. And there was a tsunami warning. Some of you may have heard about the 7.7 earthquake off the coast of British Columbia. And so they had a live stream. I was watching it late last night, and they were waiting for the tide to come in. They were waiting for the tsunami. Nothing happened, but yet 100,000 people were told to leave their homes. And what we're seeing is a pattern. I saw it with their media. I'm seeing it with our media, and the statements from Mayor Bloomberg of New York City, that people that choose to remain in their homes are being selfish. This is what Bloomberg is saying. He's saying that if you choose to remain in your homes, and a first responder has to come and help you or save you, it's just that assumption that you're going to need help, that you're basically powerless, that you're going to play victim. That by choosing to do what you want to do for yourself, that you're putting the safety of others in jeopardy. So this is the message, this is the propaganda that we're seeing from the mainstream media, that we're seeing from Mayor Bloomberg, that we're seeing from other public officials, including one in New Jersey who's basically got the same rap. So we're seeing an increased expansion of the mandatory evacuations along the East Coast. And this is really going to be affecting, though, not just the coastlines, but inland. And there are some stories that New Yorkers have to share about evacuating last year during Hurricane Irene, that they faced greater challenges inland, moving inland from the danger zone after a mandatory evacuation. So the question is this some sort of a drill? Is this some sort of a practice run? Many people are questioning what's actually causing this storm. Is it HARP? Is it something that another country owns, say Russia, say China? Because the U.S. is not the only country with weather control technologies. So many questions are being raised, but the ultimate question is, where are our rights in this? And what precedent does this set? What are they trying to condition the people to accept? And right now what we're seeing is declaration of emergency, state of emergency, and public officials basically saying, you have to leave your home and trust us. And if you don't do that, you are a public threat, and that is a massive concern. I'm sure we're going to see more updates on the stories about mandatory evacuations as the hours and the days progress. Do not forget to keep the people of the East Coast in your prayers at this time, especially those that are single, especially those that are vulnerable, especially those that are disabled, especially those that are the elderly, especially those that are already facing enormous financial challenges that really don't need this crap right now.